Hello, magical people. My name is Luminix, and in this very brief video, because I am already running late, I want to talk just a little bit about pride and resistance. So, in this video, I just want you to remember that pride did come out of a long history of resistance to the dominant culture, which wanted to erase us, which wanted to make us not exist. And we have persevered through all of that, not we individually, but we as a collective. And now we are at another period of time where resistance to the dominant culture is very important. And today, happy No King's Day, by the way. I also wanted to, this is going to be part one of a video because I will be going to the No Kings rally later on today. And so I'll probably be doing a wrap-up part two video probably tomorrow because I think that I'm going to be pretty tired by the time I get home this afternoon. But anyhow, I believe that right now, this is not only a time for us to remember queer resistance and gay resistance and trans resistance, and but also to remember the solidarity that we have, and to also remember that there are many of us in the LGBTQ plus community that are under attack here in America at this time, in this place, for reasons other than being LGBTQ plus. So today, on this No King's Day, happy continuing Pride, one, but also let us remember that our liberation is bound to the liberation of others, and let's uphold the values of our hearts and being inclusive and standing up for the rights of ourselves and the rights of our brothers and sisters and siblings, whoever they may be. So resistance has always been at the heart of queer liberation and continues to be at the heart of queer liberation. And with that, it's going to take me a very long time to get ready, which will make more sense in future videos. So that's a teaser for you in the future. But with that, I'm going to sign off. So sorry for the poor audio, poor visual. I didn't even clean my glasses. You can probably see the smears if you look real close. Didn't even put on my necklace because it's barely 7 o'clock in the morning. But anyhow, resistance always. Power to the people. As always, don't forget to be kind and gentle with yourselves, and I will see you soon. Hello, magical people, and welcome to part two of Pride and Resistance. It is now Sunday night, and I did have the opportunity to go to the No Kings protest, one of them that was here in Portland. There were several within the city itself, and even more in surrounding areas. So, sorry for making this video so late. My original plan had been to make it yesterday, but the day was just so long and so exhausting that, I'm still pretty tired, to be honest with you. But I wanted to get this video done and out. So, I guess what my big takeaways are a couple of things. One, I do find it very hope inspiring, the numbers that we see turned out for the No Kings rally all across the nation yesterday. By some of the counts I've heard, I think it was between 3 and 5 or 4 to 6 million people. And that is just a place for me to place some hope right now, is that at least in terms of the greater resistance to the administration, we are seeing a lot of solidarity happening right now. And what I personally witnessed yesterday was, one, there were a ton of people. There were so many beautiful signs that were held, and thought-provoking signs, incredible artwork, and also just a diversity of thoughts, a diversity of concerns that the people have about what is going on in this world right now. And there were also, it is still Pride Month, and so there was a lot of queer representation there. There were a lot of people speaking out about, leave trans kids alone, leave trans people alone, hands off our rights, things like that. And it really was quite beautiful. There was a huge range in terms of ages. I saw plenty of little children, and I saw uh, quite a number of elders and everything in between. So that was also really kind of reassuring. One of the other takeaways that I have is about the ongoing ICE protests that have been happening in LA. Um, Living in a city where I have seen the news get twisted about what actually happens on the ground in protests versus what gets clipped by the mainstream media. Those two things are often very different. And what the administration is doing right now in LA, Portland in some ways was their testing ground for those tactics in the summer of 2020. And I just feel so much hope that there are so many people so persistently and insistently showing up in LA, in particular, as that is the place that's getting the most amount of scrutiny right now, but all around the nation. So I guess those were my couple of big thoughts that, again, from what I said yesterday morning, queer liberation is tied to other kinds of liberation as well. And so I do find it there's been so much bad news. There's been so many awful things happening. And it is really wonderful to see that even though not everybody is sharing the exact same thoughts, and surely I am not on the exact same political page as many of those people that I saw yesterday, but even regardless, there is still, within that diversity of thought, there is still a through line of solidarity and being in opposition to the fascistic, authoritarian, dictatorial actions that we see this administration taking. So, again, just remembering that liberation is that we are all bound together in this, and that no one can truly be liberated until we are all liberated. It's a lot of work, but there are moments of true beauty and connection that can come from that, and I feel privileged to have had the opportunity to witness so much of that here in my very own community yesterday. So the fight continues, onward we go, and not sure where the next one will be in the series yet, but thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and you're welcome for keeping this one so much shorter than last weekend's. As always, don't forget to be kind and gentle with yourselves, and I will see you soon.